I remember sitting in college lectures pretending to take notes, but really just wondering how I was gonna make ends meet. Failed a bunch of times, got laughed at, even started doubting myself at one point, but I kept going. Learned, built, took risks most people wouldn't. And last night, I made 91 grand in my sleep. That's someone's yearly salary while I was just dreaming. Crazy what can happen when you stop playing safe and actually start taking risks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video on my YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the first 1 minute of this video. Well, if you don't know me, my name is Hassan and I'm a 21-year-old independent entrepreneur based here in Dubai. And my story is a little bit crazy, but how exactly did I receive around $30,000 at 12:30 in the morning? How exactly did I even get to this position? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it, inshallah. You guys have been seeing me live the craziest lifestyle, and if I was you watching Ihsan, I would think about the same exact question that you might be thinking about. What exactly is he doing, and how exactly did he get to this position? How exactly is he living this lifestyle, and how exactly did he go from working at a cafeteria to being a normal teenager to now owning multiple seven-figure businesses at his 20s? Well, that question, ladies and gentlemen, comes to this one specific video with an answer. And to answer that, ladies and gentlemen, this video is for you, because if you're curious about the questions that you might have, it's my duty to clear it up for you. Well, the main thing that my entire journey started with is e-commerce and dropshipping. That's exactly where I made my first ever seven-figure. If you don't know what seven-figure, it's your first ever million dirhams. When I made my first ever million dirhams, I was one of the most excited kids out on the block. I couldn't be more happier. I got myself and my family financial freedom, and I got to this position, alhamdulillah. After achieving my first ever seven-figure, everybody kept asking me, Ihsan, how exactly did you do it? We want to learn from you, and we want to know, if you could do it, could we do it too? And my answer to every single person who's watching this video is that I am not different than you. I am literally just a normal teenager like you. I wasn't smart with maths, I wasn't smart in school, and I wasn't indeed smart in college. I was just a normal teenager, just like everybody else. But there is one thing that was different in me, and that was the hungriness that I had within myself. I was so hungry for success that day out and day in, I would work hard and I would actually try my best in making things work out. So after people questioning me how exactly did I achieve seven figures, I started teaching people how exactly did I get started with dropshipping and how they could do it too. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly how I got to 8 figures. The craziest lifestyle that you guys are seeing on YouTube, Instagram or TikTok is not a joke. It costs a lot, but alhamdulillah, I'm well off and I can pay it off, and I can be in this position to actually lay off every single business that I'm currently doing and just relax, be at the beach and just enjoy my time, or perhaps be on a yacht. But indeed, I'm out here working hard and I'm actually motivating the rest of the people. Every single video that I create, I earn almost $0 from these videos, or perhaps less than $5 if I could put it into the right perspective. So indeed, my main motive on YouTube is not money, because I'm not out here making any kind of money or crazy amounts of money on YouTube that I could tell you guys that, oh, actually YouTube pays me so well, that's exactly how I'm living this lifestyle. Most of the influencers are broke. They are just living for the lifestyle, and they cannot even afford 10% of the things that they actually show off on the internet. But on the other side, when you meet genuine people and genuine entrepreneurs, they are really, really big sharks that could literally eat the entire influencer market. You know, every single influencer combined. Probably including me, if we compare myself to some of these big sharks or big entrepreneurs that are behind the scenes. Now, my goal here is not to actually brag about the things that I own, brag about the place that I've come to, but to actually motivate you guys on how exactly did I get here. So 7 figures through e-commerce, 8 figures through info product, but what's next, and how exactly could you start your entire journey in the same exact way that I did it? Well, I'm about to give you guys the blueprint that you might have never got access to. That's not my book, but I'm just using it as an example. If I could tell you guys that this book has everything that you need in order to become successful, you would literally pay over $100,000 for it. But if I could just give it to you for free, would you still take action? Perhaps not, because free value is available everywhere, but the only real value that people actually pay attention to is the value that they actually pay for. So I'm going to be honest with you, I do have something to sell you, but at the same time I also want to be honest that I'm actually wanting to help you out in any way that I can, because not every single person who's watching this video is able to afford something nice like my mentorship. So I'm going to guide you through the entire process. Make sure you watch this video until the end. The first thing that I'd like to tell you is how exactly could you get started with making money in 2025? It's very simple. There are 2 methods. One is influencer monetization and one is personal branding. If you start your own personal branding in 2025, you could have the most amount of benefits in the next 2 to 3 years. Do you know why? Because influencers are booming. Influencers are literally the people who can create an info product, have 90% profit margin, and make a shitload of money. And that's exactly what you've been sleeping off. You are shy of social media while nobody actually cares about you. And that's the biggest pain that I actually see people going through. Nobody cares about you being on social media or not. You just have to post yourself and actually be out there. Well, that's the first way of making money, building a personal brand after getting to 10,000 followers in a specific niche like fitness. It could be dieting, it could be being a chef, it could be literally being a publisher of a book. Whatever it may be, right? You get to 10,000 followers and then you actually sell your products or packages to only 10% of your followers, which is 1,000 people. Now imagine if you sell a $50 package, which could be an ebook, or it could be a course, it could be a mentorship for 1,000 people. At $50 into 1,000, that is $50,000. If it's a one-time payment, it's one time, but if it's recurring, that is $50,000 on recurring payments. And everybody has $50. Everybody wants to pay for more knowledge. But the only problem is people are not actually providing it. And they're, less authentic people that you could possibly imagine. So if you were an authentic person knowing something about, an important thing in life, a skill set that you have, and you could teach it to other people, you could make the most amount of money. Well, that's the first way, right? But if you're still being shy and you think, being on social media is actually something scary, well, I have the second method. The second method is influencer monetization. You reaching out to influencers and telling them that you could build them a digital product that could help them make an extra 5 to 6 to even 7 figures per month or per year. Now, how exactly do you do this is quite simple. If you know an influencer whose name is Ahmed, he has 3 million followers, he doesn't have a digital product, and you're somewhat connected with the influencer, you reach out to him and you tell him, look, we could build an info product, sell it for X price, and only 1% of your followers buying, which is 3,000 people, equals to this amount of money. And almost every single influencer will agree with you. Do you know why? Because most of them are broke. Most of them want more money, but they don't have the key or the secret to what you have. Perhaps whatever that I'm telling you in this video. That is the secret that you're holding, perhaps the secret that I just told you. If this book was about you becoming the next Ihsan, you would probably pay thousands of dollars, because you would know, alhamdulillah, I'm worth so much more money. And you could actually make that same amount of money if you knew what exactly that I know. So that's why I'm actually providing you with a free value. But if you're interested to invest in yourself and learn everything that I just told you, step by step, through me, one-on-one, through my mentorship, all I want you to do is watch the extra free training that I have in the comment section below or in the description. The reason why I'm actually publicly talking about my mentorship is because it's the best in the game. It teaches you everything about influencer monetization, it teaches you everything about personal branding, and it teaches you everything about info product. The 3 things that you need in order to become a successful entrepreneur in 2025 and make the most amount of money. I, alhamdulillah, am the live kind of review or the live result of everything that I've achieved. My students in itself have made over $200,000 in 60 days, just one of my students. Now think about the rest of the people that are joining. You could be one of those people. And if you're thinking about taking the risk, of course, indeed, it's not even a risk. You either learn or you earn. If you're ready to take your next step and inshallah change your life once and forever, this is indeed one of the biggest opportunities that you have. Ladies and gentlemen, do not sleep on it. The first link in the description or in the comment section will guide you through everything that you have ever wanted. So if you want to be the next Hassan, I've provided you with everything. Now it's all up to you on taking the next step and taking the first precautionary action, inshallah. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.